Hey everyone, Frazer Brookes here from Dubai with my incredible friend Marcella Burge. How you doing?
I'm amazing. There's definitely worse places to be sat and interviewed. So yeah, we're super lucky. The view's amazing. The weather's good. So
you know what? So guys, real crazy story. We're in Dubai. Me, Marcella, Svetlana, and Sam. We decide to go meet up for an acai, right, in the marina, in Dubai Marina, and then we get told that we cannot leave the country. So Sam and Marcella come to the hotel that we're staying at, because they're in a different place, crashed with us for like 2 nights.
Yeah.
Then we kind of got kicked out of our room, so we've been crashing with them for the last 2 days as well.
Basically, our friendship was forced by the universe. So it's very fortunate that we do actually get on. Otherwise, it would have been a bad time for us all. But yeah, it's ended up amazing. We've got suntan, had loads of fun. Well, he hasn't got suntan, but I've got suntan. So yeah, it's been amazing.
So we're outside at the moment, and the lighting is going to get bad. So at some point we will go inside. But I just wanted to grab Marcella here because she absolutely crushes it in her network marketing business. I'm so proud of what you've been able to achieve. And here's a cool thing: like, Marcella is one of the best people that I know in network marketing at creating community and culture. I remember when we first connected and we were chatting and you were like, hey, do you want to come on my team call? And I was like, how long have you been in the game? You were like, oh, just like over a year, like around that year sort of thing. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll do a team call. There was like 500 and something odd people on it. And I was thinking, I've never done a call for someone that has over 500 people on after just 1 year in the business. So big high five to that, yes. So quick fire.
I think for me, first of all, actually, the reason I've been so big on community and culture is because I didn't have many friends when I was at school. And I always felt like, I was sort of like a bit misunderstood. I always felt like I was way above my years. I always felt like, I don't know, I guess just like I didn't have my tribe. So when I came into network marketing, I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm connecting with all of these like-minded people. We have so much in common. And I generally found my tribe. And that's the biggest thing. And that's for me, the biggest thing that has impacted my life the most. The money's been amazing. The experiences, the travel's been amazing. But just having a place where you feel really comfortable to be yourself is just the biggest thing. And I think if you're sat watching this thinking, I haven't found my tribe yet, like I want you to know that your tribe's out there and you've got to keep searching to find your tribe. And it's funny, once you find like 5 of your tribe, like 5 goes to 50 and then 50 goes to 500 and then 500 goes to 5,000. And before you know it, you've got like thousands of people in your tribe who are just like you. Like you don't have to look the same, you don't have to come from the same background, but your ethos is the same, your morals are the same, you're ambitious, you're open-minded. And it's hard to find, well, it was hard for me to find open-minded, like-minded, ambitious, super addictive personality people like me. And I think network marketing's 100% given me like my tribe.
And one thing I learned about you, which is cool. Now, Marcella's like super young, but she's like way ahead of her years in so many. I see so much of myself in you because I started when I was 22. You started when you were 21, right?
Yeah.
So you start when you're 21, like with the company you're with right now. I was 22, and the cool thing is I see where Marcella is now, and she is like years ahead of where I am. So I just know that you're going to be in such a ridiculous place.
Do you know what? And it's so funny because when people say my age, I get really defensive because I'm like, don't tell everyone that I'm 22. And that's been like a thing that's been in my brain for a really long time. And that comes from the fact that when you say your age, people categorize you. Oh, she's young. Oh, she's inexperienced. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. Oh, he's old. She's young. Whatever it is. And I think that's why I've always been, the only insecurity I've got in this industry is my age, because I felt like people categorize you. And, I wanted to show that age is completely irrelevant. And the quote that I've always lived by is, you're never too young to build an empire. And you're never too old to chase a new dream. And age is completely irrelevant because energy is everything. And coming from a 22-year-old, I just think, I've just proved like time and time again that age is just nothing. It's just how bad you want it, how relentless you're going to be, how coachable you are. And also, if you're a millennial watching this, like, are you planning for your next night out or are you planning for your future? And I was the girl that was planning for my future. And I think at the time, people were like, oh, you're boring. Why don't you want to go out? Oh, you never go out anymore. Why don't you want to go clubbing? And I just stood by who I was as a person. And I've got years and years and years to club, but I'm not going to go clubbing in a crappy club. I'm going to go clubbing in the best clubs on a super yacht in Saint-Tropez. Because for me, I was like, I've got years to party, but as a millennial, you know, if you're watching this, if you're somebody who's watching this thinking, yeah, I relate to her, I'm not planning for my next night out, you know, I'm planning for my future, like my hands go out to you, because you're going to have some tough times when your friendship circle turn around you and say, why aren't you going out anymore? Why aren't you as fun anymore? You know, why aren't you staying out till 4 a.m. anymore?
So boring.
Yeah. I was the girl that was like, nah, I can't go out. I've got a Zoom call at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a Zoom call, you know, but that's a decision that I made, and you just got to go with the flow. And if you've got to back yourself as a millennial and just think, do you know what, I've got years to party, but I'm going to party in style when I've done what I came to do.
One thing I love about you, Marcella, is you're like, when you get hold of something, you're just obsessed to make it to the top. And like everything that you've got obsessed about, you've hit the top, right? We were talking about it earlier in the pool, which we'll show you in a bit. Which is pretty cool. And you just like, I just can't not be number one. And that is such an attractive trait in a millennial, but also anyone who's in network marketing. Red personality, and it's super awesome. But you know what? It's one of the reasons why I believe that you've got to where you've got to. Have you always been like that? Or is it just like since you've kind of got into the whole...
Do you know what? It really comes from just experiences and frustrations as a child for me. That's first of all where it came from, but second of all, it's not just about being number one. For me, it's how far can I take it? How good can I be? What can I do this week? What can I do this month? How many people can I help? And for me, it's easy to say I want to be number one, but for me, number one isn't about what it says on the leaderboard. I don't actually care about that. Number one just symbolizes that I have helped the most people, or I've helped the most people have success. That's what being number one is in my eyes. So I want to be number one in my company, because that means that I've helped the most people in my organization have the most success, because it's not fun being rich on your own or having money on your own as a millennial. What fun is that? Like being able to travel, being able to buy handbags, being able to have experiences. It's not fun if you can do it alone. So I want to be number one, because that means that I have helped my organization make their dreams come true. And as a result, I've had the success off the back of it. And that's why I'm number one.
So, and you help so many people. That's the crazy thing, especially at I've been there where I've actually had, I know we talk about like the age thing and stuff, I've been there where I've gone, I'm too young for this, no one's taking me seriously. But I look at the people who you've mentored, and you've mentored people who are 20, 25.
Do you know what they always say to me? They're 25. Like, you're younger than my child. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you're older than my mum, but it's cool.
That's, you know what, that's hats off to them as well, for being open to learn, and you also being like, hey,
and do you know what I always say when I mentor somebody? I'm like, are you cool with the fact that I'm going to be really direct with you, and I'm probably going to tell you what to do and what not to do, because it comes from a good place, and are you okay that I'm 30 years younger than you? And you know, if I'm going to work with somebody who's older than me, they've got to be cool with that, because if they're thinking, I'm not listening to her, she's only 22, then it's not going to work for either of us, because I can't help you make your dreams come true if you don't believe what I'm saying has any credibility. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I love working with the women that I work with, because they're like, I don't care. I just want to have success, and I want to live my best life, and that's for me what it's about, you know?
So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to actually go inside now. Because the lighting, I think, is getting a little bit dimmy. So, dimmy? Is that the word? Dimmy?
Now it is, yeah.
Now it is, yeah. So we'll go inside and we'll carry on this. But Marcella she absolutely crushes it. And one of the things I want to find out from her is, like, a lot of millennials, they have zero stickability, but she seems to have created some discipline and sticks to her daily method of operation to make it happen. So, can't wait. Let's kind of go inside. And we'll carry it on. If you are enjoying this, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit the heart button, and all that sort of stuff. So this is where we're staying. You have to ignore the mess.
It's organised chaos.
It's organised chaos. Yeah. I feel like I don't know, because it's a hat or something. I'm not too sure. This is really, really interesting. Okay. So, since we've been here in Dubai, obviously, you and I, we've lived with each other. It's so weird that this has happened. But, like, you're actually really disciplined. And the average millennial, they just kind of like, they've got no stickability, they've got no, like, what's your like routine, or like how have you able to keep that discipline to just, because working for yourself is not easy.
Yeah, and it's boring sometimes as well.
Oh my God, sorry.
And you know, that's just been me being really upfront. And when you're in network marketing, yes, the events are amazing, yes, the Zoom calls are amazing, but you're going to build a business a lot of the time on your own. Because if you want to have the success that I think most of you guys watching this probably do want, you can't just work when you're on a Zoom call with other people. You can't just take notes at an event. You've got to be constantly learning, educating, growing, taking action. So a lot of that time you're going to be doing it alone. And I just think discipline really comes down to how bad do you want it? And I always say it like when I'm looking at a cake, I'm like, I really want to eat this cake, but I also want to be skinny. So I'm like, okay, I can either eat this cake and have like semi-permanent satisfaction for the next 10 minutes, probably 2 minutes because I eat so quick in my mouth, or I can not eat the cake and I'll be proud of myself an hour later, 2 hours later, a day later, a week later, and I'll get the results. And that's what I always think about when it comes to discipline, because short term, do I want to maybe sometimes lie in bed and watch Netflix? Yes. But is Netflix going to build my future and build my empire? Absolutely not. And when it comes down to discipline, you have to find something that works for you. And we're all humans. I am a bugger in the morning. I'm like snoozing my alarm. So I've had to find a way to get myself up, you know, setting my alarm outside of my bedroom so it makes me get up. You've got to make life easy for you, because it's not easy to create good habits. It's really easy to have bad habits.
Yeah.
It's easy to do the things that aren't good for you. Like it's easy to lie in. It's easy to eat fast food. It's easy to not exercise. It's easy to not do the DMO, so the daily method of operation that you should be doing to build your network marketing business. Those are the easy things. The hard things is actually getting it done. So I think if you can master your own morning routine, and I call it like my recipe. So I have a recipe to like my perfect morning. So I know the things that I need to do that are going to put me in the right headspace to be productive. And I think a massive part of that is just in the morning making time for you, first of all, and not getting sucked, I call it, into the social media scroll. A lot of the time, I think it's easy to wake up, grab your phone, scroll on Instagram, and an hour later you're still there. Or, and everybody does this, go to the toilet, get your Instagram open, and an hour later you're like, oh my God, I'm still on the toilet and I'm on Instagram at the same time. Where's that hour gone? So when it comes down to discipline, master a morning routine. Like for me, it's exercise. I've got to get up, and the first thing I've got to do is I've got to exercise 30 minutes. You know, then most recently I've been doing like a little bit of gratitude. It's so important to remember what you're grateful for whilst you're working for something else. I'm really hard on myself, so I'm always thinking, I want this, I want that. Where can I be next month? Where can I be next year? And then you end up quite miserable. So I've really tried to just be like, do you know what? I'm so grateful for where I'm at right now, but I'm excited about where I'm going. And then I put myself in I prime myself in the morning to be in a state where I can then sit down and do work. And I always say to my organization, guys, it's not about working 8 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours a day. Work smarter, don't work harder. If you can master discipline and if you can master working smart, you will win. You know, yes, there's going to have to be an element of sacrifice. Swap your Netflix for business building, or swap your Netflix for, you know, educating, YouTube videos and reading books, you know, over and over again, you know, podcasts. But ultimately, discipline has to start with you. And if you can't be disciplined now to build your network marketing business in the space that we're in, with the time that we're in, with so much that's happening for our industry, you really don't want it bad enough. So ultimately, you've got to ask yourself that question, how bad do I want it? And the worst thing is when you look back in a year and think, where's that year gone? Like, what have I achieved? And my biggest fear in life is not living my full potential. You know, 100%. I just want to live my potential.
And I think that's the thing. If you swap, you've got a choice. Is it Netflix or is it net worth? And the way to build your net worth is to build your network. So here's the thing, right? So Marcella's an animal. A unicorn. Well, it's definitely 100%.
It's prettier when you say unicorn.
It's way, but yeah, you're an animal. You're a unicorn. Yeah, it does. I will say, we'll keep that. So Marcella's a unicorn. So a lot of people are like, oh, but I can't do that. I've got my kids and all that. But what you did recently, which I thought was flipping awesome with your team, you did like a 5 a.m. club. Was it 5:30 a.m.?
Yeah, so we did like, it was 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. club.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And there were mums on there as well.
Yeah.
mums, millennials.
And that's funny, you know, and I get, okay, before the mums come at me and give me hate, I know that being a mum is the hardest job in the world. Like, I'm not a mum for a reason. I couldn't hack it. I've got a while to go. But what I'm saying is I understand that being a mum's hard, but what I always turn around to the mums that are in my organisation and what I say to them is, does your child sleep?
Yeah.
I don't believe that nobody's child does not sleep.
Yeah.
Like, does your child sleep? Yeah, my child sleeps. Work while they sleep.
Yeah.
Like, just be a bit more tired. You know, and it's a choice. You're going to need to sleep less and work at different times if you're a mum.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, a lot of people say, I can't make the Zoom calls at 7. It doesn't work with bedtime. Okay, cool. That doesn't mean then you don't work on your business for the day. You know, the thing about the 5 a.m. and the 6 a.m. club was, it was about showing people that just by setting your alarm earlier than you would have done on a standard day, you can feel more energized, more productive. You can feel like you've already done the things that you need to do that day. And ultimately, you're going to be more content, happier, and just more fulfilled because you've got the job done.
So that everyone woke up and they
like
joined us. So you were on a Zoom call at like 5.
Yeah, dressing gowns, pajamas.
So, okay. And then you were like, do like a power hour or something?
Yeah. So we do a power hour. And I just think I've always done power hours. I had a really busy full-time corporate job, and I built my network marketing business up to a standard of a 6-figure income before I left my corporate job. So I did both because I wasn't prepared to leave until I had above matched or matched the amazing corporate job that I had at the time. So I built it to 6 figures. Most people would never wait till they built it to a 6-figure annual income before sacking in their corporate job. But I did that, you know, and I did that through power hours. You know, I got up earlier than other people and I went to bed later than other people. And anywhere I could, I just do little blocks. So like 15-minute blocks. It sounds really silly, but, you know, if I had 15 minutes to myself, I just go outside, sit on a bench, 15 minutes, message, back to work. 15 minutes, message. It's just about understanding that a power hour can move your business forward, but it's not going to build your empire. So a power hour in the morning, I always said to my team, this is amazing, guys, we're ahead of the day. Like, we're ahead of hundreds of thousands of people who are still sleeping right now. And that gives you a kick anyway, because you're like, oh my God, like, I'm up before everyone else. But a power hour will move your business forward, but it won't build your empire. So it's about understanding about getting that power hour in, and then anything else is going to build the empire. The power hour is just going to move you forward, and really it's just going to keep you like chugging in first gear. If you want to put your foot on the accelerator and go faster, you've got to invest more than just your power hour. But it just totally proved that if you just get up earlier, you can get it done. Like, there is no excuse, and that's just how it works.
So here's what I want to know, right? You get, like, every week you do a call and there's always hundreds of people on it. Which is nuts because it's so rare. Again, unicorn, right? Not an animal, unicorn, so rare. How do you get everyone to turn up? Because literally, like, it seems to grow. Every time that I see your numbers on your Instagram stories or whatever, I see it grow. It's very rare.
Do you know what? It's like we have fun, and that's the biggest thing. Like, we work really hard as an organisation, and I have got some of the most unbelievable business partners who have done record-breaking things with me over the last year, just through showing up and getting the job done. But we've always had fun, because if you're happy and you're passionate and you laugh a lot, and you're around people that make you feel good, everything feels easier. And the reason that people show up on these calls over and over again is, of course, they get value, but number 2, they feel loved.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is the biggest thing. I get off that call and my heart feels full. I'm like, I've got the best job in the whole world, that I get to sit in front of 700, 800, 900, however many people on a Sunday night, Thursday night, Monday, whatever. I'm with the best people on the planet. I've got, you know, people that I finally feel like are me. And I go to bed with a full heart. And the reason that my organisation show up is because they feel the same. Because we all want to feel loved. And we all want to be around people that are like us.
Because people don't get it. Like, if you make someone feel appreciated and loved, they don't leave that feeling. They don't want
my team know that I love them. And I truly love them, and it shines through. And network marketing is more than just what it says on the board. Network marketing is more than just your volume or your turnover or your stats or how much money you've made that week or that month. It's so much more than that. And you cannot put a price on an organisation like mine that has taught people more than just how to build a network marketing business. The thing I'm most proud of is that I've helped people feel more confident. I've helped people break through barriers of not being able to public speak. Now they're talking on a Zoom call in front of 700 people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's life-changing stuff. And I hope that those people are with me for the next decade, 20 years. But you know what? If they moved on, or they tried another opportunity, or did something else, I would sleep easy knowing that I've still impacted them in a way that's changed their life.
Because you've been a mentor. Like, you've mentored them to level up. You've created this community, which is like, it's a vulnerability but safe environment for people to thrive in. And it's just amazing to see. And you've done such a great job of that. And that's it. Culture and community is the glue. And what I've loved seeing you, because obviously right now we're locked down in Dubai because of this whole flipping coronavirus thing. Whether you're watching this now, it might be in coronavirus or out of coronavirus, whatever it might be.
Hopefully out of coronavirus.
What Marcella teaches and shares, though, are timeless. Like, it doesn't just work today and doesn't work in 10 years. This will work, what you're saying. So the cool thing is, what I love that you've done is you've turned your community and you've done, there's a book club, there's like a fitness program, you're doing all these different things to build the community, to bring everyone together during these times.
It's more than just like your product, it's so much more than that. And, yes, I'm super passionate about my product, I love travel, but the point here is that it's so much more than that. And I've got so many women genuinely that message me on a weekly basis to say, like, I've just laughed more in that hour than I've laughed this whole week with my family, my friends, my work colleagues. And do you know what? That's okay to say that you have more fun in your online community than you do in your workplace or in your home environment, because do you know what? I get it. Like, I've been there. Like, do you know what? I totally get it. And if that's the purpose that network marketing fills for you, that's cool. You do not have to be in network marketing just because of income. There's so many more reasons to be involved in network marketing, because do you know what? In network marketing, you can be whoever the hell you want. You can have pink hair, green hair, you can be fat, thin, you can be from anywhere, any place. Doesn't matter what your background is. Everybody is accepted. Well, they are in my organisation anyway, and everybody has the same chance to grow and the same chance to thrive. And that's what I love the most, that there's no boundaries. You haven't got a tick box. You can just be whoever you want to be and write your own story. And I always say to myself, like, I'm writing my own book. But I'm not actually writing my own book like you, but as in I'm writing my own chapters.
And I'm the author.
I'm the author, and that's the beautiful thing about network marketing. It can fill whatever hole you want it to fill in your life at that time. It might be income. It might be that you want more friends. It might be that you want to feel more valued. It might be that you just want to grow. It might just be the personal development. Like, the personal development that people learn in network marketing will impact their life for the rest of their life. And once you go into that space, I don't think ever leave it, because why would you want to leave that?
Why not? Like, you can never retire from like creating legacy. You can never retire from passion. Like, it's a silly thing to do, right? So a lot of you guys obviously think that millennials just are addicted to social media. They're not bothered about building community. You're quite the opposite again. Hence another reason why she is a flipping unicorn. If you're getting value so far, please feel free to share this, comment below, subscribe, like all the things. So I want to ask a social media question, because people who are like, I know bringing the age thing up, but people who are your age, they just are addicted to Instagram and becoming some sort of influencer.
Yeah, it makes me laugh.
It makes you,
I'm sorry.
Do you prefer using Facebook, Instagram, or do you use both?
Okay, they're totally different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Facebook is like no makeup, real as anything, like show your vulnerable side, and Instagram is flashy.
Yeah,
as
your highlights, your
like
best.
The best bits. Like, you don't show your worst bits on Instagram. Like, you put the best bits on the gram. And that's why there's that thing, like, doing it for the gram. You don't say doing it for Facebook. You say doing it, don't you though? You say doing it for the gram. And that's because they're completely separate platforms with completely different purposes. And when it comes to social media, my goal in life is not to be an Instagram influencer and have loads of followers, because that doesn't pay you money.
No.
I'm not interested in, like, no offense, like companies sending me free t-shirts or like free headbands. Like, I want to build a legacy. So I'm using social media to benefit my network marketing business. And for the girls that are watching this, there's so many of you probably thinking I'm really guilty of getting sucked into the scroll. Like, the scroll is not going to pay your bills. The scroll is not going to build your dream lifestyle. My best advice is be on social media for a purpose and really be disciplined with yourself. My social media is for connecting. it's for impacting and it's for building my business. It's not for anything else. I don't bother comparing myself. I'm not interested in what people from 10 years ago who I went to school with are doing. I'm so focused on my own path and impacting people for the right reasons that I'm not bothered. But I know how much people struggle with social media.
Yeah.
I did an Instagram story the other day and I just said, guys, I've been on social media for 3 days. I feel insane.
Yeah.
Like, and do you know how many people messaged me and they were like, oh my goodness, I just feel like social media takes over my life.
It does.
I feel like it's so distracting. I feel so consumed. I feel like I can't switch off. It's making me feel really low and really depressed. Like, social media is amazing if you use it for the right reasons.
Always.
But then it's the devil if you get sucked into it for the wrong reasons.
All right, so you've recently, because the one thing that Marcella's again, really, really good at is she knows, who you want in your business. You know who you want to work with. You know who you want to build your tribe on. So you've recently been using a version of FAN for Instagram with your Find, Follow, Connect, right?
Totally, yeah.
So tell the guys how that works and what you've seen happen as a result of you doing it.
Okay, so the first thing that I want to say, because FAN is obviously something that I learned from you a couple of years ago, when I came across you, which has completely changed everything for me. I just want to say that the reason I truly believe I've been super successful in such a short amount of time is because I've kept things simple. Yeah. I think people think that when they come into network marketing, you've got to listen to every coach, every mentor, read every book. You do not. Like, I'm going to be really real, and I hope that's okay. I've only ever read 3 books since being in network marketing, and people always say, you need to read more, and I'm like, I don't like reading. Like, it's just not my vibe.
And that's fine,
but I've read 3 books. I've read Frazer's I Dare You, #1, built my whole network marketing foundations on that one book. Genuinely, highlighter, scribbled, I've read it like 5-6 times. I can tell you what's coming on each page. He actually asked me the other day what was in chapter 1. And I actually reminded him what was on the first page, second page, and third page of chapter 1. The second book I've read is his second book, and the third book I've read is Morning Miracle.
By Hal Elrod.
And that's all about, like I spoke earlier, about, setting your intentions, having the right morning routine. And I generally, guys, mean keep it simple. You do not need to listen to everybody, because what happens is you do so much learning that you forget to do the earning. Don't learn, not do any earning and take no action. Learn and take action immediately. And, I learned FAM from Frazer, and I've just fammed, because that's what you need to do to build your social media platform. And I've done that most recently on Instagram quite heavily. And I've just worked out what my niche is, and I think that's really important. Do you remember Sims when you design your character?
Oh my God,
I think a really great exercise for people to do is design what your build your sim. Like, who's your ideal business partner? And I know what mine sort of looks like. I know the age bracket that they are.
What they would eat.
Yeah,
totally. It sounds ridiculous, but what they would wear.
Yeah, totally. What they're into, what they like doing in their spare time.
Get really specific.
Yeah, you've got to get specific, because when you get specific, your business will just blow up. Yeah. Because if you find people that are like you, imagine how easy it is to have a conversation with them.
Oh.
It's so easy for me to build relationships with people that like the things that I like.
Yeah.
And then it's really easy for me to turn that friend into a business partner, because I've built a relationship based on an organic common ground. There's nothing worse than feeling like you're forcing a relationship with somebody who you've got nothing in common with, and they're giving you nothing back. You want to be speaking to people that genuinely want to speak to you. I don't want to speak to people that give me a 2-word answer when I'm building organic relationships. I want to speak to people that are interested in my lifestyle, my hobbies, my interests. I want to speak to people who are like-minded, because when you generally find your like-minded niche or your like-minded target audience, you're going to find it so much easier to organically turn them into a business partner, and it's not going to be forced.
Yeah, it's got to be.
They're going to see what you see.
But it's got to be that way. So you are, the cool thing is, she's not just going out there and fanning. Like Marcella, you can see from Marcella, Instagram is Marcella Emily Burge.
No, Marcella Emily.
And Marcella Emily.
At Marcella Emily.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Just nailed it. All right. So on Marcella Emily, obviously same, it's Marcella Burge on Facebook, right? So they can find you on there. You'll see the posts match the people who you're fanning.
Totally.
That's the whole mate principle, right? The message and the audience, when it matches up in time, they'll engage and
talk about things and post about things that you love.
Yeah.
So best exercise ever. 3 things that you're passionate about. 1, 2, 3. What are they for you?
Yeah. Social media, network marketing, positivity.
Talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
Mine are living a healthy lifestyle, positivity and becoming the best version of you.
Yeah.
So I talk about those things and I post about those things all the time, and I want to connect with people like that. And it's interesting.
Yeah.
I get really high engagement on my Instagram.
So just wait 1 second, right? So there's a website, Hype Auditor, right? HYPE Auditor, AUDITOR.com, right? And what this does, this shocks me. What it does is you can put in your like Instagram handle and it will tell you an engagement score, an engagement ratio. Now, if you're like in between 2 and 3%, you're basically like, like you're doing well. So we did this last night, right? And we were checking Salon's, it was super high, it was like 5% or so. We checked mine, it was like 2 and a bit %. I was like, oh, it's on my game. We checked Charities, it was high there. Marcella's was over 10%. And I kind of had one of those.
You thought it was wrong. You were like, refresh.
I know, I was like, teach me. This is insane.
I didn't just want to say that like I've got high engagement, like I don't need a clap, like
no. I want them to know that like it was insane.
What I'm trying to say to people is the reason I've got that high engagement is because when I fan on Instagram,
it's on point.
It's on point. There are people that are going to look at my content and be like, comment, love that.
Where'd you get your bikini from?
Totally.
Where did you get that from?
I'm coming in contact with people who like the things that I like. Sunshine, holidays, bikinis, healthy living. I love like being gluten-free and a bit vegan-y, and I'm into like really overly priced like protein bars and smoothies, like all that sort of stuff. But the point I'm trying to make is I post about stuff that I'm passionate about, so it's natural. But when I'm famming and I'm finding, following and commenting on Instagram, I am doing it to people that are going to like the content that I'm putting out. Therefore, they're engaging with me, which is why my engagement's high.
Because you're giving love back first to get the love back.
Totally. Like, it's like people just expect like social media to grow and stuff to happen without being the instigator of that action.
So you're finding by going onto Instagram, going onto Explore, and just typing things that you would type in.
Totally. Right? So it might be like, as an example,
unicorn.
In America, as an example, I love like all the like green juices. They've got like amazing places in LA. So when I was in LA, me and Sam would go to an amazing like juice bar, and then I would just find that juice spot on Instagram, and I'd look what types of people were checking in.
Right.
And guess what? They're all my type of people.
Because they love the green juice.
Totally.
And that might sound ridiculous.
But you can do it for anything. Like, if you love dogs, and there's like like an RSPCA, like, account. You might find that people following that account, if you're dog obsessed, they're going to be people that you're going to have so much in common with. Like, if you loved, I don't know, like, the zoo, if you typed in Twycross Zoo and looked at who was checking in there, you might find other mums who were taking your kids. Yeah. So I think Instagram as well is such an easy way to connect with people because it does a lot of the work for you. You know, the locations section.
Oh, it's so good.
You know,
places or whatever it is.
If anyone on here looks at my Instagram, you'll see that I always, check into where I am.
More people are going to see it.
Because you're going to get more exposure, and the places that I go are quite like different. I always want to find quirky places or cool places, so I'm going to probably find people who like the stuff that I like.
So you find someone using the technique you just said. You obviously just click follow.
Yeah.
What are the sort of things you comment? Because there's 2 types, right? There's type 1, which is just fire emoji, right?
It's fake.
I know, right? Exactly. So
just take
do
the
you
time.
Go in there?
Like,
so you
time.
be like, oh my god, that bikini's amazing. That's awesome. Oh my god, what was in that smoothie? Or, oh my, like,
you use
the language as well. That they use because they're the same thing.
It's really important to like not be fake because people can see straight through that
there's
stuff.
bots and all that.
And you know what? Building social media isn't something that I've ever done before because I've been quite lazy with it, and I haven't needed to because my social media has grown very organically through the industry. The company that I'm partnered with speaks about me a lot, puts me on stage, so organically my social media has grown. But when I've grown it myself, I have genuinely asked questions that I want to know the answer to. Like, if I see a really cute cafe in London, we have a lot of conventions in London, so I'm going to say, where's that cafe? Because I'm going to want to go there and get that picture. So it's organic.
And you can always send that picture to the person you asked it for. It's like, am I going to be in here? And be like,
totally.
And you can build that conversation.
But, like, people go from, like, nothing to everything. Like, don't go now and go and do what we've just spoke about to 100 people for a day and then not do it again. Just do 5 a day. 5 every day. Because it's not pure money-making activities. it's probably longer term, and you never know, are they going to turn you into a business partner? Are they going to become a customer? You just don't know. But whilst you are expanding your social media, obviously your influence is going higher, your credibility is going higher. If your engagement looks good, it's going to help you when it comes to prospecting. But ultimately, just be natural. And if that person asks you about that business, you know you've done it right. I will never go in and just say, hey, can I tell you about my business? Because I get hundreds of those messages now. I roll my eyes and people think, you haven't even looked at my social media. I'm clearly in a travel network marketing business. You haven't taken the time to look. So I just delete the message. But what you know you've done it well if you get a follow back, they engage with your content, and then they organically ask you, and don't think they're going to ask you the first day that they follow you. It might take 6 months. It might take 3 months. It might take a year. But some of my best business partners have watched and watched and watched, and then they've asked.
Hey, you get those. You get the best ones. And it makes me so happy is when people say, hey Marcella, hey Frazer, whatever. Hey Marcella, I've been watching you for ages, and I saw that post, and I finally got up the courage to
ask you. Can I have some info on what you do?
Now, if they comment on a post and you don't even pay any attention to the comments, then you're reliant on them reaching out to you. But if you are in the comments and look at the comments, maybe reply, that can sometimes give that person the confidence to be like, if they reply to my comment, they'll probably reply to my message. Maybe I should send them a message.
And I think on Instagram, I try really hard, like, just to be a nice, smiley person, because for me personally, like, when you come across some girls' Instagrams and they're just like, pout, 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 it's so, it's so just like, whoa, like, why have you got a resting bitch face like 24/7? And if I'm really honest, you might have to mute that swear word out now.
It's okay, that one can fly.
If like I come across a girl and she's just like pout, 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 resting bitch face, that's so unapproachable. I'm not going to want to reach out to you because you look like you're just going to give me the cold shoulder. Like, be smiley, be a nice person, and look like you're inviting people to come into your world and come into your inbox. Don't be that girl on Instagram who's just trying to look perfect all the time, because you're going to look really unapproachable to loads of people. You've just got to keep it real, because the more real you are, the more people buy into your organic personality, the more people are actually going to have the confidence to reach out to you.
And I think if you're someone who wants to build that brand, or like on your highlight reel on your grid, be sure that you're going to show the real you in the stories.
100%.
Like, because some people, like, they scroll, and they might be like, oh wow, she looks amazing, because it's like highlight.
But it's not real life.
It's not real life. So when they see the story, it's like, hey, here's where I'm chilling out, here's the day. The whole Instagram versus reality, like, here's a perfect photo, and then like, you know, doing all that. That's amazing. So you're awesome. You know I love you. You know I think that you're amazing. What's your goal? What's your like long term? You and me were chatting, and I was quite shocked. I said like, "Hey, what's your goal?" I was like, well, I actually said to you, and I said, "What's the one thing you want to buy?" We were having this moment where we were just like, "What, you mean like material things?" Because we haven't even talked about that sort of thing the whole time we've been together. And her question, I'm not going to tell what it is because it will give the game away for her life. But it was actually something that wasn't a materialistic thing for her.
I don't think you expected it either.
No, I wasn't. I was like...
Frazer's like, she's probably going to say she wants another Louis bag and a Dalmatian puppy. She wants to live in LA.
No, you didn't say anything. That was completely in my mind. And that's when, sometimes when you see someone and you get to know someone for like a few minutes, you have this idea of someone. But when you really spend time with someone, you're like, I was actually not what I was expecting, and you grow. You love that person you get to know, and you know people. The personality is the same, but you have sometimes you can kind of chameleon your personality to bring out your side to match that person. So I know you want to empower women.
Totally.
Like, where do you see yourself when you're my age in 10 years?
I'm going to be
First time I've ever said that.
so Botoxed. I'll be like Jackie Slow, like you won't even get. Oh my God. I'll be walking in and my forehead will just be like shining.
So the God.
Yeah. You'll be like, are you okay? Or is your face always?
I'm really happy.
Yeah. Like, can you not see that I'm smiling, Frazer?
So Marcella's goal is to be Botoxed. Great goal, Mars. No, go on. What's your like? Because you have so much. Because you're so ambitious. You're so obsessed with helping so many people.
Women, you've just got to live your best life. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, as a woman, like, a truly successful person can clap another woman when she wins.
Yeah.
And I have built, and I will continue to build, a tribe of women who are cheering each other on the front row when they make success. They're not nudging their mates, rolling their eyes and making a bitchy comment. And my goal is to empower hundreds of thousands of women to live their best life. And I'm not even just talking about income. I want to help women make shed loads of money, because I want all my friends to have super yachts, and I want everybody
Parts
to live
next to each other. Water soakers.
Exactly, in Saint-Tropez, like just next to each other, like colour coordination and everything. No, I'm joking.
Yours would be called unicorn.
Yeah,
for sure.
But ultimately, you know, I want to help women just get better in every single area of their life, and you know, that's why at the moment I'm mentoring women who want to improve brain, body, business. Like, it's not just about network marketing and income. It's like a triangle, and that's how I see
like
it.
A what, sorry?
Triangle.
Pyramid.
Like a pyramid, yeah. Didn't want to say the word pyramid. Sensitive topic.
Best word ever. Best shape ever.
So yeah, it is like a pyramid. And if you imagine like brain, business, body, like if you want to be truly successful and live a freedom lifestyle and have true happiness and live the life of your dreams and get to your top potential, I will forever shout from the top of rooftops that you have to look after each 3 areas of your life: brain, your body, and your business. Because if you just look after your business and neglect your brain and body, and I've done it, and it didn't end well, you will be burnt out, you will be miserable, you will forget why you're in the industry, and you'll want to quit. And I've been there. I went business, forgot my brain, looking after my mental health, forgot my physical health, which is so important, and I just burnt myself out. And as a result of that, I paid the price. I had to have a month in bed, and I couldn't look at my phone, and I was just exhausted. I truly believe that to reach your full potential, you've got to be looking after brain, body, and business, because without your mental health and your physical health, you're never going to reach your full potential in your business. You know, and ultimately, those 3 things hold everybody together.
Well, let's think about it. Let's create an additional B, a bonus B. So the three sides, the 3 points of the pyramid, we've got brain, body, business, and in the middle is balance.
Totally.
That's great balance. If you can take care of those parts of the equation, you will avoid burnout because you will be 100%. Balanced.
And I've been the 100%er. I've been the 100%er.
Because you're obsessed with what
business.
You're doing.
Then I've been the 100%er in body. And then I'm just like exhausted and running miles. And then I've done it in like personal development and all that side. I'm just extreme. And the best thing I've learned, and I've learned the real hard way, is do 80-20 in all 3 areas. 80% blast it in business. 20% just love yourself. Do what you want. Have a bath. Take time out. Go and have fun. Go and let your hair down. Body. Train hard 80% of the time. Eat well 80% of the time, because if you eat well, it's going to help your brain. It's going to help your business. But then eat chocolate the other 20% of the time if that's what you want to do.
Chocolate's fine.
With like the brain side of things, do personal development 80% of the time, but 20% watch Netflix.
Yeah, you are allowed, as long as
But just make sure it's not the other way around. It's got to be 80-20 of the right stuff.
Not 20-80.
100%.
And guys, like you can tell why I really like hanging out with Marcella. Her energy is like sky high, especially when you're in person. It's so important. It's so hard to see it through the camera lens. So hang around with Marcella. It's super fun. You're going to see more of Marcella and me together. It's just so much fun being your mate. And it's actually been one of the highlights of my trip to Dubai. It's been hanging out with you and Sam, who was on the other end of the camera actually. So we kind of just waved behind the camera.
But guys,
his eyes are ridiculous. So
his eyes. Don't turn the camera.
Please, you'll ruin it. Because everyone will have him on the thumbnail. No, I appreciate it. I just hope people take just what an extra B is bingo. The bingo's been going off in my head. Some of the things that Marcella's saying, it validates a lot of the stuff that obviously you guys learned. You've heard in my books, or read in the books, and seen in the books.
Guys, you've got to stay close to the fire, and generally, like Frazer is the fire, and that's why I'm sat right here. And generally, you know, stay close to the fire. Stay close to the people that give you energy. Genuinely, because there's so many people that want to just suck the life out of you, genuinely on a day-to-day basis, that I now am just so disciplined with who I give my energy to. And guys, stay close to the fire. If you've got somebody that is literally trying to put out your fire all the time, you know what you've got to do. You want people that are pouring petrol
on the fire, that just want to blow everything up with you. Surround yourself with people like that. You'll feel more energized. You will just be a happier person, and you will truly get the best results out of your business. And, you know, we're so lucky to have somebody like Frazer who's leading the way, giving so much free value and content. I invested in the Inner Circle because it's so important to invest back into your business. But for a long time, when I was new in network marketing, I just had Frazer's notifications on See First. Anytime there was a live video, anytime there was a 5-day blitz, anytime I could buy a book, I'd just buy it because I knew that his principles were simple, and all I needed to do was duplicate what he was teaching, and I would get the results. You know, then I invested in the Inner Circle, and it helped me take my business to the next level. But I think for a lot of people watching this, you've just got to understand that you've got to stay close to the fire. Stay close to somebody who's current. You know, he is a master when it comes to social media, and he's high energy, and we all need more of that. So thanks so much for what you do. You've had a massive impact on, you know, my business and my team. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate that. So guys, if you enjoyed this, let us know in the comment section what's been your biggest bingo moment. Go check out Marcella's Instagram feed as well, just for inspiration of what she's doing and stuff. You'll be able to get an idea just almost straight away, which is one of the keys. Hit the subscribe button somewhere around here, and also I've put a link to another video like this that you will probably get a lot of value from. So thanks so much.
Thanks so much,
Appreciate it, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.